Okay, hello. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can you see me? I see you. I see you. MC Scott, Gnome Hunter, can you see me? Can you hear me? Welcome to, I don't know. I can't talk until you tell me, can you see me? I think there's a delay. So, let's, let's do a sound check. I can hear you and I can see you. Does it sound clear? Is it Can you hear me? Can't hear you. Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Let's lower the sound input. How about this? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Sorted now. Okay. Welcome to the thing. Yes. Is it sorted? I can't tell. I've got it at half sound. Thank you very much, Joodles, for that. Thank you, Claire. Sadly, yes, Maria Antoinetta. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you, Janet Raimundo. Thank you, Janet Raimundo. She asked me before, why am I not on GB News? I'm not on GB News. I'm unfit to be on GB News. I'm not ready for TV. Whatever. If they want to have me on, they can have me on. I would like to be on. Joe Sanders. Can I turn it up? Okay, I've turned it up. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is this too low? Is it too low? Or is the sound coming from there? I don't know where it's coming from. How about this? Okay, you know what the problem is. Maybe when I unplugged it, it's coming from here. It should be. It says it over there. Okay. So, welcome, Joe Sanders. Welcome everyone to Lewis Schaffer Uncooked. This is day 134th of my exhaustion tour. I'm going to collapse. I'm going to collapse. Thank you very much. Thank you. I weigh 77.1 kilograms today. I weighed yesterday, I weighed 78.6. That's 1.5 kilograms. I lost about 3 pounds in a day. I don't know why that is. I don't know why that is. I know why I gained the weight because I had three ice creams, a big, huge bread roll, and a Sharon fruit. That's what I did. Living for Today is here. Hello, Living for Today. Welcome. Welcome. Julian is here. Welcome. MC Scott. Welcome. Dame Claire, or as I call her, Claire. You don't strike. You're not a dame, but you could be a dame. You're so tall and beautiful. Um, no, no, I did not. I haven't done that today. I haven't done that today. I mean, I took 100 kilograms off of the diet today. I took it off because if I make a poo, I don't take it off. If I don't make a poo, you don't want to hear this. It's disgusting. But I want to know. I'm like obsessed with my weight. It's really unattractive, but I want to be thin and beautiful. Hello, Joodles. Let's everybody say hello to Joodles. Um, that's absolutely brilliant. We're up to 27 viewers. We're doing really well. I think there's a limit to how we can do, how high we can go with the number of people actually commenting. But I think 27 is a really good number. Today is the 22nd of October, and it was a sunny day, but it wasn't an unbelievably sunny day. Um, stats were available for all stats are available for all these kind of things online. What is the stat that I'm saying? How many people are watching? I see it here. I don't even know what the number is because this isn't as accurate as it's been. There's something about the number on Streamlabs, which is the program where I broadcast this from. My beautiful son, the producer, or as you call him, the grumpy producer, actually did me a big one, and he redid my old computer and put new Streamlabs in. He's coming back tonight at 10, so we're gonna have the late show in the other room. I think perhaps for the late show we shouldn't discuss anything that's tetchy, that could cause any kind of tetchy feelings in the late show. We need to be happy. Am I right? Your intestines can carry up to 5 kilograms. Yes, possibly, maybe even more than that. I had a friend of mine who went 16 days without an expellation. I don't know if that's a word. If you get too thin, you might look a bit wrinkly. You look great as you are. Thank you, Vatanai. Yeah, probably I might get a bit too skinny. I mean, that's the trade-off. You either lose your body or your face. I mean, I want to be thin and beautiful. Unfortunately, I'm getting a late start. Maybe I should have done this when I was younger. I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it. I knew I was a bit overweight, and I tried to lose weight. I got a call today from a friend of mine, and he was telling me how he's lost maybe a stone in 5 weeks, or maybe 10 pounds in 5 weeks, which is 2/3 of a stone. And you can lose weight in a short period of time. You are the best looking man on the internet. Thank you very much, Claire. I appreciate that. The late show is too late for me. I have a routine. Bed at 10, up at 6. Sad, I know. No, I don't think that's sad. Probably the happiest people are people who are up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I see you. So you're doing the right thing. Me, I don't really have a routine. I mean, I'll be done. I mean, I have a sort of routine now because let's say I do the show at 10:30. I'm done at 12. I'll probably be asleep by about 4 in the morning, or 3 in the morning, or 2 in the morning. Maltese Phil is here. Good to see you. We are kids. Andrew Rubin is here. Good to see you. And is that a good routine? Why be embarrassed about waking up at 6 in the morning? You get all that sunlight. And nowadays, it's going to be like 4 hours of sunlight. I wake up. I don't know how many hours of sunlight it is in the wintertime. And when that starts, DD Plectrum is here. Welcome, DD. Hello, he says with an exclamation point. Okay. And so, like, let's say I wake up, I go to sleep at 4. I wake up at 12, and I have my breakfast. And the next thing you know, this show's about to begin. I went out today, and I was given a gift, a beautiful, lovely gift of a litter picker-upper. And I picked up litter today. And the thing, I mean, what I've noticed is in the wintertime, there isn't as much litter knocking around. Or maybe it's the leaves that's preventing the litter from being seen. So I don't feel as useful. But I walked about 5,000 steps. It's not enough steps. Or maybe there's something the matter with my phone step measurement. Possibly. Could be that. Okay, how is the sound? I wish I had something that's measured how the sound is doing. I probably could do that. Let me just, you know what I could do? I could plug in my earphones. Baked beetroot, Julian. You know what? I eat a lot of that, and I think it's really bad for your kidneys. Beetroot. You could Google that. Is it bad for your kidneys? Beetroot. Julian, why do you support that? Don't change your mic setup, Lewis. I'm not going to change it. I'm going to go on YouTube, and 35 people watching right now. That's all right. And because I've been having a fit of questioning. But let me just see how it sounds. Yeah. Let me see how it sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and I'm going to change this to here. Thank you, people, for listening to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to make it a bit louder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it sounds all right. Could it be? Could you make it louder? Does it need to be any louder than this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think that's loud enough. What do you say? Okay, I think we agree with that. So let me maybe I should take the earphones out. Okay, beetroot is not inherently bad for kidneys, but it can be problematic for some people, particularly those who eat beetroot. It's only problematic if you actually eat the beetroot. With advanced kidney disease or a history of calcium oxalate kidney stones, says Julian. Maybe you believe that. I don't believe that. Why some people can't eat it? Are people that different? No, beetroot. I stay away from beetroot. I used to eat raw beetroot, which is even worse. Cooked beetroot is slightly better. It's not good. Well done, Lewis. Your headphones work fine. Yeah. Well, I've got it plugged. I've got it plugged into this. I've got it plugged into my phone, not my whatever it's called, my whatever it's called, the not the microphone, the opposite of the microphone, the loudspeaker. I mean, I don't know. What do you know about beetroots? Lewis, turn the sound up and don't fiddle with it. That's what Gnome Hunter says. Welcome, Gnome Hunter. Jane Tremonde says it sounds fine. Welcome, Jane. Jane. Or is it Janet? Janet, is it Jay Tremonde or is it Janet Raymonde? Raymond, where are you from? Where are you from? Are you a girl? I bet you're a girl. You got a girly name. Janet, either Jane or Janet. A slice in a burger works wonders, does beetroot. Yeah, it does. Of course it does. Of course it does. The reason you put ketchup on it, because after you cook a burger, it's all dried out. We've discussed this a million times. Cooking dries food, which is why you have to put sauces on cooked meat, which is why you've got to put beetroot on it to make it moist. But if you eat it raw, you don't need any of those kind of dressings. I was at dinner last night, and I sat next to a vegan. He was advised to read a book called How Not to Die, which I know that guy. I have seen lots of his videos. It suggested veganism for people with kidney disease. He has stage 3. Well, I have stage 3 too. Yeah, how old was he? Yeah. I had stage 3 15 years ago, and my kidney, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, in theory, I wish I knew. I'm not 100% sure. But I think veganism is really bad for you because of the grains. We should not be eating any of that stuff. But that's my opinion. It's Janet. Okay, Kermit. Thank you, Janet. Welcome, Janet. Janet was the star of Rocky Horror Picture Show, Janet. Janet Raymond. Janet Raymond. That's a really strong name. A beautiful, beautiful, strong name with a beautiful, beautiful girl. Someone who missed Lewis Schaffer on GB News. One of the many millions of people begging for Lewis Schaffer. I love beetroot. Everybody loves beetroot, raw or cooked or pickled. We all love beetroot, but it's a toxic food. It's got oxalates. It's got all sorts of horrible stuff. I mean, these are emergency foods, and they should not be eaten raw. Anything from under the ground has to be cooked. Janet Weiss. Was that her name, Janet Weiss? Joe Sanders from Rocky Horror Picture Show. Vegans are commies. Yes, they tend to be commies. They do. Why do they tend to be commies? They've been sold They've been sold on a starvation diet that's hurting humans. I believe this. Is that wrong of me? Probably 60. He's been a vegan for 9 years. He looked older than me or you. Yeah, veganism is a death sentence. I mean, it's only been around for about 80 years or something, or since World War II. I don't know how many years that's been, 1944 or 45. So it's 100 years is 25. So it's 80 years. Yes, that's right. Too much beet gives you purple poo. Yeah, that's true too. Beetroot juice is consumed 60 to 90s before exercise can improve endurance and recovery. 60 consume 60 to 90s before exercise. Is that minutes? 60 to 90 can improve endurance? How can it improve your endurance if you're going to die from kidney disease? That's what I believe. Life is a death sentence, Judel says. That's true. But why, it is. I was a vegan for a few years. I ended up type 2 diabetic. Yes. Well, what is veganism? Where are the calories from? Where are the fats from? Where are the calories? Where are the fats from? They're from plant seed oils, which are much to avoid. Well, why did you stop? Did you stop because you thought to yourself, I don't want to die? I mean, that's what happened to me. It's like I was fat. I was a type 2 diabetic as well, and very close to it, 5.9 in my HbA1c. And Daryl is here. Hello, Daryl. Anyway, and I lost weight, but I didn't get well physically. So I thought to myself, maybe there's something other than the amount of food I'm eating, but the type of food. And that's when I went carnivore. I've been carnivore since May 2019. I'm not a perfect carnivore. I'm not perfect, but I don't have any salads. I have no carbs. I got no plates of pasta. I don't have any of that. I had pasta the other day. I had 50 grams. That's about this much of pasta. 50 grams. And Maltese Phil, I stopped because of the diabetes. That's what you got to do. You got to stop being a vegan because of the diabetes. But people believe veganism is like natural and loving and all that stuff, and it's not. I'm not sure what I'm doing is the right thing. I went to get my thing checked. Yes, last week, and I didn't get it checked. What stage 3 are you talking about? Stage 3 kidney disease, chronic kidney disease. I'm stage 3B, which is worse than stage 3A, which means my EGFR. I mean, you might not find, I don't want to tell you this, Janet, because you're new to the thing here, and you might not find me attractive. And I want to be, this is the most important thing, is for Lewis to be attractive. We're trying to pull this show together to make it interesting for people to listen to, with me doing the least amount of work. Your friendship ring is back. Yes, I found this. This came from this. It came from what do you call these things? A vape, which I don't use, which I found somewhere. And I thought, oh my God, I found a vape. And then I thought I could sell it, but you can't sell it. Your friendship ring. No, Daryl, it's not. This could be you or Claire, any of the many women here, maybe the men too. I have no salads anymore because of you, Lewis, and I'm getting into pork chops. Well, how has that affected your health? Remember, I'm not a doctor, and do not, make sure you get medical advice before you change your diet. Anything that I say is said only for comedic purposes. It's not, I believe it, but that doesn't mean you have to believe. And if you say to me, Lewis, you're wrong, they've disproven that about kidneys, you have to listen to, and about beetroot, let's say, you've got to listen to Sean Baker or Saladino, whatever the guy's name is, or my guy, Pork Kills. Well, it kills the pig that's eating it. Oh, Lewis, I'm really sorry to hear this. Don't worry. It's not as bad. It's not, I don't need, I'm 68 years old. We don't know. We do not know how bad my kidneys are. They're not bad. Do I look like I've got a bad kidney? No. Is it stopping me from walking around? No. Inshallah, it does, brother. We must not consume haram things, pork. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not against. I think in Claire's situation, I think it's really, I think it could help her. It could help her. And I have two kidneys. I'm at about 35% of my kidney function. I will need whatchamacallit, I will need dialysis at maybe 10%. And maybe 10%. So I was at 60, I was at 59%. I was at 59% in 2000. No, in 2010. No, at 2008. No, I don't remember when I was that. But and I was eating a very balanced diet of stuff. Who knows how we've been poisoned? Do we know how we've been poisoned? I don't think we know how we've been poisoned. I look great, thank you, Janet. I do appreciate that. And are you a June baby? I'm gonna guess. No, you probably weren't. Not a June baby. Anyway, um, I appreciate that. I think I look okay for my age. Not great. I mean, you wake up one day and you're old. I was 68 years old. I'm looking in the mirror and I'm saying, what the hell just happened to me? And also, when you lose weight, when you're fat, you got nice tight skin, and then I've lost a lot of weight. We've all been poisoned. I mean, look at the food. I used to eat nuts, raw nuts. I used to eat all the things that could cause kidney damage. I had gout. I had plantar fasciitis. I had psoriasis. I had sleep apnea. I had all of these different diseases for years and years. I had bleeding gums. Who knows what causes all these problems? My girlfriend is keen on nuts. Yeah, nuts. Well, nuts are. You think that they're good for you, but they all have to be cooked. And anything that's. Remember, I'm not a doctor, and you're only telling us this now, Vatanai. What are you saying? Is that nuts? I don't think are that good for you. And I used to eat peanuts all the time. I used to eat almonds all the time, cashews every single day, bags and bags of cashews. I used to eat candy all the time. All the food. Seeds are poisoned, Dane. Yeah, they are poison, Claire. They're very high in oxalates. They're very high in lectins. They're not healthy for you. The plant doesn't want us. Well, I've spoken about this so many times. I read that kids in India skin almonds by hand in the floor of their slum homes. FF's sake. I don't know whether it's almonds. No, almonds come from America. They skim cashews and it burns their hand. Cashews aren't even a nut. I don't think they're a true nut, cashews. May, baby, I'm also 68, and we are not old. No, we are not old. I used to think 68 was old. I don't think you're old. I think we're in there fighting. We don't want to die. We're good. Are you married? Do you need a new man? Lewis Schaffer. I'm pleased that he is not a doctor. I don't understand your reaction, Joodles. Yeah. Well, how could you believe any doctors today? I was listening to this guy Sunil Dand. Do you know this guy, Sunil Dand? Do you know the guy Sunil Dand? He was doing a thing about why he's not taking the flu vaccine. And he actually used the term infection. And you know me, we had a whole chat of this the other day. I don't, thank you, Jetster. Lewis is the only nut we need. Is that I don't believe in infection because I don't believe in germs. I don't believe in vaccines. I don't believe we need to keep our distance. I'm married, but I need a new man. Okay, Lewis, I'll raise my hand. Lewis, for goodness sake, please tell me your history of Muzak. I don't know. I mean, I've seen the videos about Muzak. Have you seen that? Not on Tecmo. Who's the guy who does music? He takes old machines, and he makes them run again, old tape players and old sound things like that. I don't remember the guy's name. Maybe one of you can remember who this guy is. but I haven't seen him recently because not that they've shadow banned him, but you stop getting stuff that you used to watch all the time. I hope you'll be sharing your ice story with Lewis today. I fell asleep before 11 o'clock last night, Joodles. What is the ice story, your ice story? I don't know. Janice Doplin is here. There you go, Janice. Good to see you. Welcome. Have you been asked to go on Go News yet? No. So bad they got rid of headliners. It is bad, but they got rid of me, and they kept Josh to do that program. I mean, I don't know how that works. I mean, people, maybe the ratings are good, maybe, I don't know. Lewis doesn't believe in germs, but would drink a cocktail with a block of ice and a fly in it. I wouldn't be happy about it, but yeah. I mean, how many flies have we eaten? Riding a bicycle, a fly goes in our mouth and we eat it. Love is a battlefield. That's a great song. Love is a battlefield. You know that song? That was too complicated for me, Vatanai. If I could just see your body language or hear the inflection in your voice, I would have got it. Yeah, well, I don't understand half the jokes that are here. I love Bob Dylan. I don't, I mean, it's going to be sad when he's dead. Sorry about that, Julian. Janice, I know Headliners was the best. Especially when Lewis was on. It was a good show. But it was really hard for me to work there. Every time, you know what I mean? Every time I'd be on there, people would hate me. When I was on Pat Benatar, that's right. Love is a battlefield. But people would hate me, so I couldn't be when one person was hosting. Because they didn't understand that I was making a joke or whatever, or just to assume it was a joke. If you're searching for a new man, Claire, I think we know the guy that might suit you. He's a New Yorker who has a daily podcast. Thank you, Lud. Thank you for planting the seed. Yes, thank you for planting the seed. I speak so much sense. I try to. I mean, but you know what? That doesn't mean you got to agree with everything that I say. You don't have to. Leo K., according to Maria Antoinetta, is a very funny and super dry. Yes, I like him a lot. You got my arc eye joke, eventually. An old trademark joke, Ron Smith says. I didn't get it. I still don't remember. It was from yesterday, but I don't remember what it was. I mean, DD Plectrum, I thought you were great. Yeah, everyone says you thought I was great. But you know what's funny is a lot of people, they come on my Twitter account and they're asking, where have you been? And I'm right here. They could have found me right here. Planting the seed, Lewis. You're a mighty oak in Claire's own bedroom. Well, I think she's got a husband, so the answer to that question is no. And you know what? I don't even want to joke about this. I joked about our beautiful guest, Liz, and she can't be on the show, so I don't want to joke about it. And 37 and a warrior princess. I got here, yeah, we're over 40, actually. Nobody hated you. Patrick, no. But, I mean, you don't know how these things work. Somebody could have said, oh, Lewis did this, or Lewis said this, or maybe Ofcom made a complaint against me, and they just thought maybe it's best if we don't have him on until we become too ground, I mean, they got rid of the people that I liked. Mark Dolan, what's his name? Oh, my God, my memory is so shot. Mark Starr. They got rid of lots of people that I liked. Heartache to heartache, we stand. No promises, no demands. Love is a battlefield. That was a really good song. She came from Long Island, too, but she was a different kind of Long Island, Pat Benatar, from the Long Island that I grew up in. We, every town is different on Long Island. I've had to step up in Lorna's absence. Yeah, Maria. Yeah, where's Lorna? Where did they go? I mean, people get bored. Have you watched I'm Alan Partridge? Yes, I've met him, and I was in one of the shows that he produced. I mean, I've been in the comedy business a long time. I prefer left to my own devices. Joe Sanders. I have to step up. Okay. I haven't seen headliners around since March, April. That's right. And then we started this in June, and we've been going June, July, August, September, and we're almost done with October. 134 shows. Mark's time. Janet is great. Mark Stein was great, Janet. I totally liked him. But remember what kind of police state we're under. The guy, we're in a police state. Who knows? It could have been Ofcom said, we're not happy with this guy. Like what happened in America. The craziness under the Biden administration and then Obama, those horrible, horrible people. Richard Pryor was fun. The Pet Shop Boys, we discussed this. Spill, Lewis. I can't spill. I'm just saying there was Ofcom everywhere. Everywhere. There's Ofcom. And when there's no Ofcom, because it's a TV license, they demand whatever they demand. And they're basically slaves to the globalists. I haven't watched GB News since Headline is finished. Yeah, but they probably haven't lost that big an audience, and eventually people drop off anyway, Lud. They drop off. You can only watch. How many days can you watch Lewis Schaffer? How many days? Off communist. That's what Ron Smith is saying. It's very similar to that. Total Class, and still one of my favorites of all time. Yeah, was it a good show? The people that I worked with, I was very happy. I didn't think that people would like me on the show, but some people liked me a lot. But when one particular host was on the show, they did not like me. People out there didn't like me. They, I get complaints. But and then that's the thing. You could, if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you might think, oh, he's being horrible. But I am kind of being horrible. Here's Joodles, and I always love what Joodles has to say. So the ice story for Wantanai, which I won't fit into one message. Tenerife, early 2000s, local expat paper did a surgery of ice from 7 different bars. Every bar ice had delivered, and probably still do, had ice delivered. Okay, it's going to be on. Yes, and somebody, I'm not going to say who, shouted somebody down. And it made people think, Lewis didn't read the stories, or Lewis is not prepared, or whatever, or Lewis is making a joke of the entire thing. When in fact, so that's why I was not unhappy. So I went and complained. I said, this is horrible. And then they canceled the show. Was it because of me? Because it happened immediately after I made a complaint? Possibly. I don't know. Joe Sanders says, I annoy my neighbors by still blasting it out. My happy days from the gay scene back in the 80s. Yes, gay scene. I'm having my gay scene in the 60s. I enjoyed headliners. Who was the host? Well, then what happened is we had different hosts all the time. And then they made it so there's only 2 hosts. And one of them I was not happy with. Dan Wooten just smiled. Why did he smile, Janet? Where did they get it from then? That sounds absurd. What does Judah say? None of them were pure water. And the worst was the barman may have well stuck it up his. I've never even had ice in a drink since. So you're saying the ice when you go to a bar is dirty. Yeah, but that doesn't mean, is it going to kill you because the ice is dirty? No, it probably isn't. We're much stronger. Our stomachs have a pH of 1.5 to 2.5. It's so acidic. We've got the stomachs of vultures and hyenas. Okay. I don't know. Is that a song? Kermit says, I could leave you, say goodbye, or I could love you if I try. And I could, and left to my own devices, I probably would would. Left to my own devices, I probably would love you. Love you. You know what? That's almost, Kermit, did everybody read that? That's sort of like what I believe in, which is you have to learn to love people. You know, it's very easy to run away, but you got to sit there and fight it out and say, I'm going to love this person. I can't say who the person was, Janet. I cannot say. I don't want to say. Because if I say the person's name underneath, we know who the person is. It'll come up and say Lewis Schaffer was talking about Joe Smith, whoever Joe Smith is. It'll come up below when they do the transcript, Janice. Talk has just gotten rid of Mike Graham. They're under tremendous pressure. 40% of the population now are people people who weren't born in this country, whatever. It's huge. It's no longer the same country anymore. And, maybe the Irish people are putting it right, but who knows? I'm not going to say John Miller. Hello, John Miller. I'm not going to say, was it the guy with the blank and the blank? No, I'm not going to say. We know who it was. They buy it off the Iceman. It comes in bags. It could literally be anything. Blackadder. Well, maybe this was down there in Tenerife. This is not here in England. And maybe in England, it needs to be checked. Not by the government, but by some local independent thing. But what Kermit said before is something I believe. We've got to grow to love each other and make situations better. My mom's secondary cause of death on her death certificate was C. difficile infection. Stomach acid doesn't kill everything. Well, it doesn't kill everything, but you're in the hospital, and hospitals are dirty, dirty, dirty places. And you have to ask yourself, Joodles, you haven't given us a history of your mother, but how sick was your mother? How ill was your mother? What was your mother eating or drinking, or what was she doing? Maybe she wasn't sleeping or getting enough sun. They sacked Dan Wooten for smiling at Lawrence Fox, who was a bit rude, says Janet. They didn't want trouble from Lawrence Fox, another person who I think, anyway. Joodles, that's yuck. I will definitely not have ice in Spain when I go next month. I mean, you don't know. We're healthy. That's why people get sick. Just because the ice is dirty, the water's dirty, glasses are dirty, the air is dirty. Mike Graham, he used to read my text out when late night trucking, when he was on TalkSport back in 2009, 2010. So it's sad that he's going. He's also an older man. He's probably being paid a bit too much money, and they can replace him with somebody much younger and cheaper. Dame Claire says to Daz that so-and-so is a totally a lefty. Yeah. Mom died of throat cancer at 5 stone. So she was sick to begin with. So what are they going to say? C. difficile. There's C. difficile everywhere. Look at my hand. Look at my hand. I'm licking my hand. There is C. difficile everywhere. Any advice around electrolytes? I think if you eat you shouldn't be drinking that much water, although I do. If you eat raw red meat and raw eggs, I didn't eat raw eggs today, I overcooked it. My dad died of throat cancer too. I don't know why don't you tell us the full story, Joe? Why did he have throat cancer? Was he drinking? Was he smoking? Was he on a high carb diet, which causes throat, whatever that's called, stomach acid reflux, which causes irritation, that causes inflammation, that causes death. Joodles, C. difficile is all over the place. Maybe it's what happens when you're dead. It comes, and then they say, oh, it killed it. It's like the vultures who are picking apart a dead lion on the plains of Africa. Did the vultures kill the lion, or just was the lion dead and they come in for a bit to eat? He came as a full-on lefty and has been converted somewhat, I'd say, to less, yeah, perhaps maybe the Israel thing, which, made it hard to do comedy during that very dark time. Anyway, I don't believe poo can be bad for you. It's been inside you for like 12 hours. Your own poo maybe isn't as bad, but other people's poo isn't that bad. And your body is protected from the poo by a layer of mucus. A layer of mucus. Throat cancer can be caused by drinking alcohol. Did I not just say that, MC Scott? E. coli, because people don't wash their hands. No, that's not true. That is not true. That is not true. We don't need to wash as much as we used to wash our hands. I'm against washing as much. I wash my hands, but we don't need to. I stopped using soap on my body. I don't wash my face. We don't need to. We don't need to. Remember the CAT30 Club in Cavos? They would water down the cocktail by the time you got to the bar. Water down the cocktail. What does that mean? Anyway, yes, I wouldn't have ice from anywhere. I've heard similar stories about the ice. Of course. Of course. Of course. It's okay. I was getting the vibe. Glad others think so too. But maybe iced bacteria, at least, are dead. Maybe it kills it. Does it kill it? Can somebody Google, is ice bacteria? Does it kill bacteria? Ice. Terrible to hear. My nan, several of her siblings, and my other nan died of cancer. My mother had it, and thankfully under control. Pesky pestilence, that is, Joodles. Well, you know what I say about cancer, and I think I have the answer to it, even though I've done absolutely no research, and I've only seen one guy speak about it, but it makes sense to me. Irritation causes inflammation, and carbs makes inflammation grow. So that's what it is. So stop eating carbs. All the best to your mommy. See, Joodles is being all nice and everything. I know about spoiled or undercooked chicken from last August. Could hardly eat for 4 days. Yeah. Well, chicken needs to be cooked. I do not eat raw chicken. Muslim don't wash in between their... Liam, you know what it is? I asked you before, and I am now going to block you, Liam. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to block you. I've asked you before to be nice. Even to our enemies, I have asked you to be nice. Where is it here? Top chat, live chat. Baff is here. Baff is here. We'll talk to Baff, and I am going to put user in a timeout for a day. You're putting time out for a day. I hope that works. Do you think that works? I just put someone into timeout for a day, Kermit. Do you think that's going to work? Janet, what does Janet say? Oh my God, Lewis, cheer me up. I was feeling good even though I get acid reflux now and I'm going to get throat cancer. I also drink. Well, yeah. Geez, sorry. You're 68 years old. Drinking is fun, but you're going to get cancer. Are you fat? I didn't ask you this question, but are you fat? Thank you for coming in. Are you fat? If you're fat, you got to stop the carbs. You got to stop eating all kinds of plant-based sugars, including potatoes and bread and pasta. Those are sugars. I know you think they're not sugars, but they're sugars. And alcohol causes irritation, which causes inflammation, and it's fed by carbs. Stop the carbs. Stop the carbs. Okay, let's see what else is going on. So, I pray for you, Janet. I pray, alcohol is great. It's totally addictive, but it's not good for you. It's not good. It's addictive. It's telling the body that you're hungry, that you're so desperate for food, you're eating fermented fruit. That's what alcohol is. In 2009, my own mom fell, and had to go to the hospital. While there, they told me she had tested for C. difficile. It didn't affect her. She died a year later in a care home from not enjoying life anymore. Yeah, I said that. Didn't I say that like yesterday or 2 days ago? I said, that's why all those people died of AIDS, because they were told, you're going to die. And then they died. They died. And the people today, they believe these doctors. They don't know anything, the doctors. They're good for testing. If you break a leg, they could put it back together again. But they have no clue. I don't want to appear rude, Janet. This is what the Gnome Hunter says, to appear as rude, but he might call both you and Lewis knobheads. We love Lewis, but he seems to disregard evidence. I disregard your evidence. I have my own evidence. I disregard your evidence. Yes, I'm fat. Well, if you want to eliminate getting cancer or reduce it, you've got to get thin. You've got to go on a low-carb diet. Low carb, high red meat protein, and egg yolks, runny egg yolks. Yeah, you need a drink now. Yeah, you do. It's very addictive. Don't blame yourself. Both my grandparents were alcoholic, but it's a death sentence. It's a suicide trap. You got to get out while you're young, because tramps like us, baby, we were born to run. I used to love Bruce Springsteen. The treatment for AIDS was the killer. Can't recall an AZT. That killed people. AZT. And they used it so much longer than even when they knew it was killing people. Yeah, Janet, don't worry, you'll be fine. If you think you're going to die, you're probably going to die. But low carbs, that's what I'm trying to do. It's so hard. I want to be thin. You want to be thin on a low-carb diet. If you do get cancer, I believe in fasting. I'm freaking laughing at least, even though I'm fat and dying. Yes. Yeah, you may not be dying. You may be dying. This is Lewis Schaffer's medical advice. Lewis, we've been through this. Some of your friends, as you said recently, and some of my friends died of AIDS. They died. Yeah, they had something that was the matter with them. Was it AIDS that was caused by a tiny little germ? A tiny little germ that fits on the little thing here that goes into your blood and causes your entire immune system to collapse? You want to believe that, Joe. You want to believe that. I hope you stay my friend, but I think it's an untruth. It's an untruth. I don't care whether they say I'm dying of AIDS. That doesn't mean they're dying of AIDS. You can't believe what the NHS says, or any hospital says, or any doctor says who's been to a medical school with a degree on that thing. You can't. I don't believe in it. I don't believe in it, and I'm not going to stop. Hello, everyone. Another lively discussion. Wonderful to hear. Marianne is here. She's an American. I don't believe it. I don't believe in hospitals. I don't believe in doctors. I don't believe in AIDS. AZT, easy as 1, 2, 3, simple as do, re, mi, AZT. That's how easy love can be. Is that the song, Kermit? Is that what you're doing? Good will win over evil. No, it won't win. They'll just die out. The doctors, the new country that this is becoming, well, I don't know. You could sit there and you could say, you know what, Lewis Schaffer, and let's be honest, there's something the matter with me. There's something the matter. So you, Joe Sanders, as most of the people here, are totally right to question everything that I say. Totally right to question everything that I say. But just remember this bit of information. What's his name say? My friend, when he was here, Martin Sohn, he said that 99% of all germs. So it must be true. 97% of all climate scientists believe that the world, and then you find out how that research was done. And even if 99% or 97% of people believe in climate change, they can be wrong. That's not how science is done. Lewis, I will still be your friend. we will agree to this. I'm not going to agree to disagree. I'm not going to force you, but I don't agree to disagree as to how our friends died. I'm not going to argue. Here's what I'm saying. They were murdered by AZT, number one. Number two, they were told they were going to die. Number three, a lot of these guys, especially, back in the day, they lived very decadent, dirty lives, gay lives back in the day. Very decadent, and it was bad. Okay? Oh, Marianne, have you liked? Let's like the thing. This is not a good time to ask as I'm tearing into Joe. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't leave valuables on display in London. I love, are we talking about London? What's London like these days, Marianne? We're not talking about London. We're not changing the subject. We could talk about it later. We could talk about it later. If you ignore, I don't want to talk about how bad London is. Now, climate change surely is total BS, Daz says. It is total BS. And even if it is getting warmer, it's like there's no sign of it. And there's water everywhere, and water rises uniformly. So that's what it is. Yes, we're not bad-mouthing London. Okay? We're not bad-mouthing London. It's not just London. It's Eastbourne. It's Lincoln. There's problems across this country. I've just eaten an entire bag of Camembert, chili and honey, crinkle-cut crisps. Am I fat? How big is the bag? And what else are you going to eat for the rest of the day? At least you had some cheese with it, Camembert. Climate BS is from the Club of Rome, says Ron Smith. Yes, it is. It is. It is. I mean, why do they want to say we're all going to die? Why? They want us to be afraid. They don't want us to trust our neighbor because the rich people are going to be living in their castles or getting on a plane and going to the Seychelles where there is no problem. 150 grams, that's a lot. Well, let me tell you how much that is. Because I've got my app here. I'm going to look at my app. We're now approaching dinner time, so I'm in a different category here. Crinkle. Cut. Chips. Camembert. No, there's nothing like that here. Just the normal with cheese. Let me see if there's any cheese. Onion flavor crinkle cut cheese by Seabrook, 150 grams. The answer is that's not the answer. How come it's not coming out? 762 calories. That's a lot of calories. 762. That's a third of a day's calories. You've eaten 1/3 of a calories. Are you going to go out exercising? Really, Gnome Hunter? Sounds a bit dodgy to me, ladies. Okay. You can't call them foreign users. They're now British people. Okay. I don't think we should badmouth London because it's not just London. It's the whole country. It's coming to Lincoln. It's coming to Cornwall. It's everywhere. Millions and millions of people coming. Millions and millions of people coming. Millions. So let's go back here and see what's going on. We got can we all 37 people watching. 23 likes. Can you also go on Discord after this thing is over? Can we go on Discord? Let me just see if I can do this. Can we go on Ko-fi and maybe, make a contribution to keep the stream going? Because I got a letter from already. I didn't pay something and now they want something from me. I don't want to discuss it. We're not going to discuss it. We can't discuss it. We can't discuss it. Can we discuss it? Can we discuss it? I forgot how to do this thing. I'm always, and then I would ask my son, but the producer is not here. The producer is not here. So can we do that? Thank you very much. Let's buy the stream, everybody. If you haven't bought it recently, Portsmouth has totally changed. The main high street's boarded up. Really awful. I like to live in America. Everything. Did you need to fill in a form? Yeah, probably I did. Yeah, I basically unintentionally canceled my direct deposit, so I didn't pay my direct deposit for a few months, and then they said, "Oh, we've got to reevaluate you." And then I said, "Well, okay." And then they said, "How much money do you have?" And they said, "I'm sorry, you don't have enough money to pay this off, so we can't legitimately ask you for money." So maybe they're going to take me to court and I'm going to lose my house. Who knows what's going to happen? Most of Kent is like this now. Canterbury is still lovely. Well, maybe it is still lovely, but look what they did in the church there. Okay? I like to be in America. Everything's free in America. And that's what happened, They took over Puerto Rico. They let the Puerto Ricans in. But over time, they became Americanized. But it's still not the same American that I remember. But they let them in. And they're all right. Over time, maybe everything's going to be all right after they kill our dogs, cover the women's faces, and prevent us from eating sausages. Thank God for Canterbury. Is Canterbury nice, Joe Sanders? I don't know. I haven't been there in a long time. I haven't been there. I haven't left this flat. I mean, I went outside. I did 5,000 steps. I feel pretty, and yeah, I feel pretty, da 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 da. I mean, that whole musical was about like people being nice to immigrants, that they're just like us. Isn't that what West Side Story was like? It was part of the Teen World lie about like, look, mass immigration. I'm bulletproof. Eat whatever, drink whatever. I don't give two S's about the world. Overweight according to BMI. Never ill. I don't stress. I am like a cockroach. You're not that old, lad. And like me, I didn't start getting sick until I was in my 50s. And then it was one and another and another and another. And another. And another. Okay. And another. And then all these illnesses happen and you're suddenly sick. And you go to the doctor and they say, ooh, it's bad luck. Bad luck that you've got you have psoriasis, that you have sleep apnea, that you have arthritis, that you have plantar fasciitis, that you've got gout, that you've got bleeding gums, that you've got retinopathy, that your kidneys are failing. Oh, it's bad luck. It's bad luck. She didn't use the word bad luck. She didn't. But you don't have diabetes, kind of, sort of. Because it's not above 6. It's got to be above 6. You mentioned churches, Ron Smith. There is a phenomenon, church burnings in France. Only Mark Stein mentions it. Yeah, same thing in America. Yeah, there's a war going on, everybody. There's a war. What are you doing about the war? There's a war. Actually, I considered that, Lewis. Believing what you've been diagnosed. Yeah, it's all bad luck. That's how diseases are. Oh, you caught AIDS. Why did you catch AIDS? Because you got a tiny little speck by accident. You sat on a toilet seat. It's a lie. It's all a lie. 95% of all diseases. I mean, very few diseases are caused by anything other than you're not getting enough sun. You got too much stress. You're right about that. Okay. I had a boil. I had a sebaceous. Is that what you have? Maria, that's right. I had psoriasis. What causes acne? Is it bad luck you have acne? No, you're on a high-carb diet. I don't know. Anyway, who's that pretty girl in the mirror there? Could you be that attractive girl? Be. Alex says, the stuff they did in Victoria times for medicine is insane. But people believed the doctor back then. And now they believe the doctor now and what they've done. Is that a bit of the Muppets? I don't know. Lack of movement also can be bad. But the main thing is is diet. You've got to eat red meat. You've got to eat red meat, and you've got to move around, and you've got to go out in the sun, and you've got to sleep. How about sleep? Those things. Those things. I mean, I'm not in pain anymore. I'm not in pain. I couldn't move my own. I've told you this so many times. I feel stunning and entrancing. I feel like running and dancing for joy, for I'm loved by a pretty, wonderful boy. Okay? My dog food comment isn't coming through. Keep an eye out on your dog food, Daz says. I missed your dog food comment. What? I don't see it. I don't see it. It's on the I'm looking at the live chat here. Can everybody go to Discord? How about Patreon or PayPal? Everybody on PayPal. West Side Story was the second musical we ever did. Loved it so much. It was what, at school? You're talking about yourself at school. Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a great musical, but it was leftist propaganda. It was like, these are good people working hard. There are some bad ones, but they're good people. They're good people. Really wanted to hear him say like Ralph from The Sopranos, but no avail. He's worried about the chance of double demonetizing. Yeah, I don't want to say it. Yeah, this is what I had to do. I mean, I couldn't move. I had a, and even that didn't work. I do have trouble passing water. I get dizzy going over the Severn Bridge. Oh, I see. That's a joke because you're going over the bridge. Gutted because I think my blackbird has been had by a predator. Okay. Is that thing even a thing, Blackadder? I missed what Blackadder said. You got to write the thing in immediately. Romeo, yeah, that's what it is. It's Romeo and Juliet. It's about people who theoretically shouldn't get along, getting along. Lewis, if you could, ooh, that's it, more of that. I mean, we need exercise. You know what? Before you come into this stream, you should sign up and say, I'm signing up for the Lewis Schaffer program. I promise to exercise. I promise to get enough sun. You know, I promise to get my teeth. I mean, now you don't even need to get your teeth cleaned. Just low carb, and your teeth will clean themselves. It's a self-cleaning thing. Make sure we like the stream. Have all of you like the stream. We're at 24 right now. We are at 24. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these broken wings and learn to fly. All my life you were only waiting for this moment to arise. That's also a left-wing song about getting along with each other and learning to love each other. And look what mess we're in right now. Look what mess we're in. People shouldn't get along with each other. I'm against getting along with each other. Man, of course I'm not. Of course I'm not. No, but he fears it for some reason. I don't know what I'm just saying, let's be as nice as possible. Let's be nice to people, you know. Yeah, Mike Yeardon worked on Pfizer. They said that we have some money to prove X, Y, and Z. He did the work and said X, Y, Z doesn't work or exist. His boss told him not to tell the truth because the money would stop. Yeah, and you're going to put people out of their jobs and people are going to starve. Yes, that's human nature. That is such human nature. Okay? Vatanai. That's so true. People love Pat Butcher, Lud. Maybe, I'm Frank. That's from a show that I've never seen. Okay. I guess no. I guess so, yeah. But being banned on YouTube is like winning the lottery. In a way, that's true. I don't know how you avoid being banned. I can understand why they wouldn't allow this stream to be monetized. You know? I mean, I mean, what I'm saying could be considered inflammatory. I'm saying there's no such thing as AIDS. There's no such thing as climate change. There's no such thing as germs. We're being invaded. These are things people don't want to know. They don't want to know. They don't want to know. They don't want to know. I don't want to say bad words. I don't know what those words are, but I don't want to say bad words. I can't name anybody because once you name them, it was pointed out. Who pointed it out to me? Was it you, Judels, or Kermit? Kermit is like if I say somebody's name underneath, I say there was a discussion about X, and then all they got to do is Google that name, and they'll say, "Oh, there was a discussion about X." A discussion about X. Okay. YouTube is quite strict with what you say and do for monetization. Yeah, somebody maybe made a complaint against me. I mean, we're lucky we have so few trollers on here, do we not? It's just basically us. So I want to thank you. I want to thank the trollers for not coming in. I want to thank Kermit for stopping the trollers. And some of the trollers, you can't even tell are trollers. First time I've done this chat thing, all because I was looking for Lewis and not seeing him. And people are asking on GB News chat, really funny. Don't know how to reply to people. I think you're getting there. I think if you're talking to someone specifically, let's say Judels asked you a question. Janet, why are you here? You could type Judels' name at Judels, and then you could write your answer there so Judels could see that you're talking to her. Or you could write at Lewis, basically, Lewis. I might start trolling just to be difficult, joking. Yeah, well, that's what people do. They think it doesn't harm anybody, but it does. We're looking, what I think people are looking for now, what I think you guys are looking for, I shouldn't say this because maybe you're not looking for this, but I think not mainly, but a lot, you're looking for diversion. We're looking for something that's going to take our mind off of the current world war that's happening right now in this country. Okay? I mean, I'd like to talk about that all day long, but I need diverting too. And I find talking about food and health and how bad the NHS is and all that is very diverting because it's something we can do. It's like, Janet, if you're in pain, if you're concerned, here's an answer for you. I believe that this is a true answer, and other people can say their answers, and we can feel like we're actually doing something. So Kermit is talking to Janet, and Kermit knows what he's talking about here. Just type the @ sign and type the name. I saw him on Talking Pints, and my laptop was open, so I looked him up, Ron Smith. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I mean, I'm good talking to other people in person. This is not my forte, because you might think I'm not being nice to people. I'm all the bad qualities would come out. I mean, right. I talk about watches when not talking about the globalists. Yeah, watches. We could talk about that. Yes, help me loads. Does the @ when I think to use it. Yeah, put it in there. If Lud is gonna speak to Mike, you say at MC Scott. Right? Whatever. Say whatever you like, Janet. Judels got me standing in front of the mirror, covered in makeup, singing I Feel Pretty. Lud. There you go. Beautiful. Janet, thanks, Kermit. So Janet is saying, now what you might want to do is put at Kermit, the @ symbol, Janet, but that's brilliant. Quite the strange dynamic, Lud, says Blackadder or Gnome Hunter. I mean, this is good. This is good. That's it, exactly, Lewis. I mean, we all want to be spoken to. I mean, unfortunately, I think we're doing all right. I mean, this food thing might be a bit too much. I'm sorry if it's if it's a bit too much. And another thing, we only have a few rules. And Marie Antoinette, I'll include you in this, is if you've got to go, don't say goodbye. Just, I'll see you tomorrow. Just like disappear. And that way it won't hurt my feelings. Janet, same thing. If anybody's got to go, you just got to go. You go. You got to go. You can't say, well, I got to go. Oh, look at that. You got to say, you just go. And then you come back tomorrow. You say, oh, look, it's Maria Antoinette. Haven't seen you since yesterday. And then you could say, well, I had to do something, but I'm really glad to be back. That way, we're always saying hello. And the reason why it's that important to me is because my mother was sent to a mental hospital when I was a child. And it was incredibly traumatic. Incredibly traumatic. And so I don't like when people leave. I'm trying my best to make this thing as interesting as possible. Yeah, what have you got in your head? You don't have to say goodbye. Never can say goodbye. No, 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 no. The crowns are how many times you write in on the stream. How often you write in on the stream. Maybe how long the stream is. How many responses are given to them. I think that's what might be what it means. Ron Smith, that's what the crowns are. When Auntie Gloria died, Vat and I said, we got excited because she had a bag of nice-looking watches. Some of them were marked Rolex. They were fakes. There you go. I love watching you. I love watching you people. I love seeing you here. It brings me happiness when I see Vatanai is commenting, or Ron Smith, or Kermit. It makes me happy. They were fakes. This is what Vatanai said. Born in the Far East. Yeah, it was a good time. Nowadays, watches are almost as well crafted as the fake ones are almost as well crafted as the other ones. Joodles says, you have a couple of mommies on here looking after you, Lewis. I really appreciate that. That's one of the things I do appreciate. I appreciate, people say, oh, you don't like mommies. You don't like women. I like women. I like women who are loving and caring. And Joodles is loving and caring. And I love that. I love that. And Claire is loving and caring. And even Joe Sanders, who we've had a fight with, is loving and caring. Is loving and caring. Janet is speaking to Hi-Ho Kermit. Cheers. And Hi-Ho Kermit goes, by George. She's got it. At Janet Raymond. So a round of applause to Janet Raymond. It's all working out. This is working. We're all working out. We're doing a very good stream. I think the stream is okay. I think it's all right. I think it's going to improve. Perhaps it's going to get worse. Maybe. We don't know. My Fair Lady. Another great. I remember these musicals. My mother was into musicals. We'll see you soon, Janet Raymond. Everybody give Janet Raymond a hello and a goodbye, and we'll see you soon. Leanne and Kerry and Lorna and Lucy, I see you, and Mary Ann. These are loving women. Leanne, beautiful. Kerry, beautiful. Kerry, beautiful. Lorna, beautiful. Lucy, fantastic, beautiful. And I see you and Mary Ann. These are good women. These are very, very good women. And I hope they're not in any way ever offended by the horrible things that I say. I don't mean it bad. Beans, 2 eggs, 2 rounds of toast for me. I'm against that breakfast. I would say have 2 egg yolks and some other kind of meat, and then another kind of meat. I'm not in favor of beans, and I'm not in favor of. I love toast. Who doesn't love toast? But I don't think it's the right thing for you to have. I don't know. I don't think it's the right thing for you to have is toast. It's like having candy is what toast is. At least that's how it is in my mouth. It's like candy. It's like candy. Okay, you're not going. All right, we'll stay. Yes, egg yolk. Well, go to my Twitter page. I eat between 5 and 8 egg yolks. I cut off the white bits every single day. Runny egg yolks, almost cold on the inside. I got a selection. This is Lud of Casio G-Shocks, different ones for different occasions. Solid, dependable, just like me. Never break down. Never break at all. Top value for the money. Yeah, they're good. I'm thinking about buying a watch. I don't even know why. I'm just gonna lose it. I don't always expect him to remember what happened 20 seconds ago, Janet. I don't remember. You can't expect me to remember. I'm like, I don't remember. He mentioned you, Joe. That's why I didn't. Okay, because I mentioned Joe's name. But today we spoke about watches, and we spoke about low cancer cures and low carb and beetroots. So when I post it up on the thing, I'll mention it. Egg whites are fine. I used to drink egg white for a bit. Why is it fine? It's been totally discredited. It causes allergic reaction, egg whites, and it's very low in protein. I mean, it's maybe got more protein, but it doesn't have the wide mix of protein that the egg yolks have. It's not going to kill you, egg whites, but it's not the panacea that it used to be, Daz. Oh, that's a grenade, Daz. Yeah. It's a grenade by saying egg whites. It's an old way of thinking. I'm not being critical of you. If you think what you say is horrible, change what you say. Groucho Marx. I have principles, and if you don't like them, I have others. I mean, if I was on the TV and they paid me, I might change what I believe. Yes, I would if they paid me. But this is, it's liberating for me. You shouldn't change what you believe. I'm not asking you to change what you believe. You just say, Lewis, I think you're wrong about this. Prove me right, or not even prove me right. I'll do more research. But I don't want to do that. Lewis has what would be deemed as Riz these days. Well done, Lewis. Riz. What does that mean? Does that mean like risible? Is that a sense of humor? Is that what that means? Gnome Hunter? I'm principled unless there's money involved. Well, it was interesting because my son, the producer, he said that I'm principled. I'm principled. I would not. Charisma. Oh, Riz, charisma. Oh, okay. That's even better, Kermit. That's better, charisma. I thought Riz is like, I've got a sense of humor, like risible. Amino acids in whites, but not the full amount of amino acids, Ruben. Good to see you. Marianne knows. Charisma. Riz, charisma. But egg whites don't have the full whatever, the whole 20 amino acids that we need. Good response, Lewis. I don't really think you should change what you say. You wouldn't be authentic, Lewis. Well, that's one of the things that I'm trying to do. And I think that's what we should all do. We should all say, I heard differently. Why am I wrong? I believe what I believe. Why am I wrong? There is protein in the white, but there aren't as many amino acids in the white. Can we get dressed, please?
Coming onto the thing.
There you go. He's walking around. Have you lost a bit of weight? Okay, he's been sleeping all day, but he's been working since Tuesday, Monday, right? Sunday, Saturday. He's working a lot.
Monday, Tuesday. Yeah.
I'm developing a good, healthy respect for son number 2.
Oh.
Yes, it's important to work. I don't think I know the Mudmaster, Ron. I will check that one out. I haven't brought a new one for a full year. You're talking about watches here. Yeah, let's be authentic. Let's be authentic, everybody. Get the naked lad out. No, I'm not Joodles. No. No, no. Lucy Van Pelt is here. Lewis, you can't even refrain from calling people fat to stay on telly. Come on, I can't do it. And as I'm doing it, I'm thinking to myself, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. But he was fat and he was an anti-Semite. He was a fat anti-Semite, left-wing British person selling down this country. Lucy. Gnome Hunter says, Lucy Van Pelt, what is the ultimate show of how he stands up for his beliefs? Establish fat camps for the tubby CNTS like me. Yeah, maybe we should have never get a smartwatch, Lewis. No, I used to have. What is a smartwatch? No, I never have one because in a few years they're out of date. They're basically putting an iPhone on your wrist. So no. The answer is no, Ron Smith. I was thinking. I mean, at one time during the COVID thing, I was so broke because of the COVID thing, I had to sell an old watch. And I don't know if we got a good price for it or a bad price for it. I went into Hatton Gardens and sold it. It was, and now I see them. It was a I don't even remember what it was. I've been wearing my Storm watch for about 30 years. I mean, I do take it off. I had a watch and I left it in the pub across the way. LMAO, not that politician, although I'm sure some doctor can help you with that too, Joodles. I missed the train of thought. Become naked, Lad Blackadder. I don't think that's possible. I don't know what that's all about. My window of ability to grow a penis ended at about a fortnight after conception. Is that scientifically correct? I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah, probably. Is that true? Is that true? Don't you conception? Oh, right, conception, not birth. Sorry. Shagging the milfs all night is tiring. He needs his sleep. Yeah, he likes the yeah. Careful using the term lad. On Father Ted, lad was used as Willie Vatanai. I thought lad is the opposite of lass. Am I not allowed to use that word? It doesn't need to be real. People get plastic ones these days. Yes, gross. Really, 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 really gross. Get back to the cellar, Ruben, says Joe Sanders. Bernard Manning joke. People call me an anti-Semite. How can I be anti-Semitic? My grandfather died in Auschwitz. He fell out of the watchtower. If he's Jewish, he might be able to get away with that. If he's not Jewish, I think that's a bit wrong. Who says that's not what I meant, Vatanai? Okay, I don't know what you meant. Who's the fatty on GB News? Alex Janet asks. I don't know. I don't watch the TV because I don't want to have to pay my whatchamacallit, my whatever the BBC tax. They're not even plastic bladder or their arms or thighs. Oh my God, yes. I saw what they did. They took the arm. Yes, Lewis. Get the naked lad out. I thought she meant you a thing, not you a sud. James Matheson is the fatty, Lewis. Yes. I called fat live on the air. Yeah, he was fat. And you know what? Probably he's going to lose a lot of weight, but will I get credit for that? No. Fleisch must fry, says Lucy. Means whatever. It sounds like something else. Okay. So there you go. So what we're going to do is we're going to end in 5 minutes. I want to thank all the new people. We've got some new people here today. We have Janet. We've got, Lucy's not new, of course, but I'll say when they're new. But we got a lot of old people, too, and new people, too. But thank you, Lud and Joodles and Gnome and Kermit and Alex. And Keith Bexley was here for a while, and Claire and Maria Antoinetta was here. Dee Dee Plectrum was here, and MC Scott. We had good numbers. We're approaching 40 again. It's good. It's good, and I thank you very much. You can make sure before we end the whole stream that you press the like button. Just make sure you press it. It would mean a lot to me. Go to the alarm thing. Go to the alarm and whatever, the bell, and say, let me know. Mary Ann was here. Joe Sanders, beautiful Joe Sanders is here. Janet Raymond was here. Okay. Just all the beautiful names. Vatanai and Daz. Always good to see you, Daz. MC Scott. Ron Smith. Alex again. I mean, if I'm repeating your names, just let me know. Lud, I'm repeating that name. Just if I've forgotten to say your name or you maybe missed hearing it, go to the bottom and say, Lewis, what about me? What about me? They mutilate people that are a bit bummed in the head, but they really do skin you so they can give you a realistic willy. I saw that. I mean, maybe it's an AI, but I saw what they did, and it was horrible, absolutely horrible. I stand with people who are against this. It's a desecration. If you're old and you want to have that done, I don't think it should be paid for by the government, by the state, by our tax dollars. Darklands is here. We'll see you tonight at 10:30. If not, we'll see you tomorrow. Darklands. Make sure you press the like, even if you haven't even heard what was going on. But I think this has been our best show ever. I think you guys as an audience have been amazing, amazing. Have I been that great? I'm not sure I have been, but has this been diversion? I think it has been. I think it has been diverting. I called people fat on GB News. It wasn't somebody. He was a visitor. I shouldn't have done that. And then he complained, this guy called me fat. I can't be here. He reminded me of a friend of mine. I'm not going to mention. Hey, buy the stream a cup of coffee. Yes, exactly. Make it 2 cups of coffee. Kofi. It's basically 10 pence a day. And people are here twice a day. That's 7.5 pence a show. You got more money than lying on your floor than you do for this. Daryl is here. Thank you very much for coming in here. I forgot to mention your name, but that name always makes me smile. Eye bleaching at the ready. What are you saying? Black. I mean, this is scary. Lewis, will you do a show in London anytime soon? It's quite possible. I mean, I've been in periods like this before, where I've had to work myself out of a dark hole. I am deeply depressed. I'm telling you that honestly, deeply depressed. But it's not gonna last forever. I'll get back. It's happened to me. I was deeply depressed before I started stand-up comedy. I'm going to get a show, and then there'll be another show. It's basically life is a trail. You gotta take a step. I've taken a step here by doing this. Okay, by doing this show. Is this the end of everything that I'm going to do? Of course I'm not. Am I going to be invited on some other TV show? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe I'm not going to be on TV. We'll do something else. But you people have given me hope, and I hope I'm giving you hope. We're doing something. Everybody take a step to do something. Be diverted. Be diverted. Ron Smith, everything is going to be okay. Lucy Van Pelt, I'm with you. The image is burned in my memory. So this is a diversion, but it's also a step forward for us to unite. together. Maybe there's not much of us, but we're all in this together. Okay. Yeah, it's great. Vant and I, thank you very much. It's great. So I'm going to say goodbye. I'm going to go to the end stream thing, and I'm going to end the stream like in about 2 minutes. Okay? It's a small community. I think that's the way I feel about it. It is Darklands. It is. It's a small community where everybody's got its voice. Everybody has a say. If you're nice to everybody else, or you can argue with you don't have to agree with everybody else, but you can say, "I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you." So let's say goodbye. I'm waving goodbye. We'll see you at 10:30. Will we see you at 10:30? Raise your hand. We'll see you at 10:30. Raise your hand if you know it. Raise your hand if you show it. We are confident. Could call it a cult. I mean, it's not quite a cult, but I'd like it to be a cult. But I wouldn't like it to be a cult, but it'd be nice if it was a cult. It would be interesting. Maybe not. I'll see you at 10:30. Cheers, lads. Ron Smith. Cheers, guys. We'll see you soon.